A lot of you gentlemen don't really understand the magnitude in this and the implications of not passing through this great filter, which I like to call the lonely zone, the lonely gap. And I'm going to tell you a story of how this lonely gap literally changed my life. I was in university, and you already kind of know the story of how I was an absolute degenerate in university. And the friends I made, we weren't really friends. We were literally just friends with the drug, right? We were friends with the parties. We were friends not with each other. We were not friends by blood, by bond. We were friends by substance. And I was stuck in that environment for many months, and it was extremely toxic to my own health and to my own soul. But I stuck with it anyway because hey, university and it's party time, and we're young and we have fun, and have fun in your 20s, bro. And then towards the end of the university year, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. This is bullshit. This is a very short rundown because I had suffered extreme defeats. I had suffered the highest highs of my university experience, and I'd also suffered the lowest lows. I was thrown in jail for multiple months at a time with bounties on my head and people literally sending me death threats every single day. So I'd experienced the roller coaster at the peak, the high, and then at the bottom, and then up, down, up, down. I had experienced every single thing, every single realm of that area. And then at the end of it, I decided, you know what? I'm starting this business. I'm starting this path on my own. I'm starting it. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care. It's gonna be lonely, I know. What I did not know is how brutal, how tough, and how empty this lonely path would be. Because you hear it all the time. You think, yeah, man, it's going to be lonely. It's going to suck. It's gonna be, you have to stop going out with your friends. You don't understand how lonely it is. When we say Navy SEAL training is hard, you don't understand that for around 100 hours, imagine only getting 6 hours of sleep over the course of 24, 48, 72, 96, right? Over 4 days, you barely get 6 hours of sleep. And over the course of these 4 days, the total mileage running is 100 miles. And then you go in like in 2-degree water and you force yourself to be cold. And you don't understand what it does to the mind, right? You think, oh yeah, I'll do it. But you don't understand how brutal it is. It's called Hell Week. In Navy SEAL training, there's this week called Hell Week, which is to all of these Navy SEAL trainees the hardest week of their lives. Imagine these hard, tough men, and then they go for an entire week and they all say this is the most brutal week of my entire life. And then you think from the outside it's easy. This lonely gap is not going to be easy. So I quit university, I quit everything, and I burned all the boats behind me, and I was at around 300, 400 subscribers on this channel. And I told myself, it's either I fight or I die trying, right? I fight for this channel or I die trying. And I fought, and I fought, and I fought, and I fought, and I fought. And for multiple months at a time, brother. For multiple months at a time. You need to understand that the magnitude of this sentence. For multiple months at a time. I boxed myself in this little room. You can see the bed. There was no bed. This little thing you see in front of you on that screen, that was a mattress. That was literally a mattress dumped on the floor with some shitty red blanket over. That's got like cum crust from university, bro. Right? That's what I was sleeping on. That's the shit I was sleeping on. And for multiple months at a time, I spoke to absolutely nobody. No one had my support. Or no, I had no one's support. I did not have my family's support. Every single one of them was texting me on a daily basis saying, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Get back to uni. Do this, do this, do this. All of my friends, same thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And this shit corrupts your mind. It gets to you. It gets to you, and this is where the great filter is. The great filter, this lonely gap, is the filter between your old friends and you disconnecting from all of your friends, right? You disconnecting from all of them, your old people you don't want to be like, this old life, this old chapter. It is you disconnecting from these people. The period in between is called this lonely gap, and then the period after is friends who you actually want to be with. Right? The actual friends you want, the people who have the same mindsets as you, the people who have the same philosophies as you, the people who are working on their own businesses, the people who are wealthy, of high quality, of value, of substance, all of these people, right? Because you wanted to be friends with these people. You wanted to be friends with people who go outside in suits and travel the world and be boys, but genuinely care about you and have, they'll always have your back. They'll take fucking flights for you at a random time at 3 a.m. Yo, bro, I need 10 grand. They'll send you on the credit card, right? And then you'll send it right back to them through crypto or whatever. These are the types of people you want to be brothers with. Brothers in arms. Literally an army of people on your side. Not these peasants at the bottom, but the true filter, the true test is this lonely gap. It's this lonely gap, and I really, really feel bad because, you know, I'm gonna give you an analogy right now. There are couch potatoes out there who have the genetic potential to outcompete Chris Bumstead, Ronnie Coleman, Arnold, all of these huge gym guys, right? They have the genetic potential to absolutely demolish them, but we will never find out. You know why? Because they will never pass through that great filter. That great filter is the one thing that's stopping them. They could be cancer curers. They could be, you know, the people who land on Jupiter and create a colony for the first time. But we will never know. We will never find out. Why? Because they cannot pass through that great filter. And every man, every human, all of us, not a single one is accepted from this rule. If you are on this path alone, you must pass through this great filter. This great filter exists. It exists to determine which one of you will pass through, because all of the great entrepreneurs, it is a commonality between all of them. They all passed through this great filter. They all passed through this lonely gap where they abandoned their entire life. They grabbed this chapter and they burnt it. They sent it into the sky. They sent it into the dark sky. I'm awake before the sun is. You know how lonely this is? Yesterday I went to a coffee shop at Tuesday to take care of our members at Blackthorn, right? I was giving this this big crypto lecture, and at Tuesday at 3 p.m. everyone's at work or everyone's at school. I walked inside with my like aesthetic clothes and everything, and I looked around me. It's like no one's my age. Everyone's 70 years old. No, I cannot. I physically cannot relate to people. I literally cannot. Why? Because the path I'm on is so different, yet the life I live is so much more fulfilling and so much more freeing. It is this great filter, this lonely gap that you need to go through, right? It is absolutely necessary for you. You have no other choice. And if you fail to get past this, then you'll just fail, you know, becoming that person you want to be. When you drink coffee, dopamine hit for you. What fucking 19-year-old entrepreneur is gonna be in some random coffee shop at Tuesday 3 p.m. giving a lecture on how to bust money and how to drain the blockchain out of its money, right? What 19-year-old is gonna be doing that? Now 19-year-olds partying, hey man, you know, Drake song, chasing girls in the club, playing around. What 19-year-old is gonna be doing the things I'm doing? And that's why this message is so important. It's so important, and I collect people of the same mindset from across the world, and I spread this message to you because it's so important, man. If you're not able to pass through this great filter, no matter what, you think you'll pass through it, you won't. You really won't. You think you'll pass through it, the success rate of passing through it, because this really is what entrepreneurship is all about, passing through this great filter. Because no matter how long it takes, you know, you think you'll pass it when you're 6 months into the great filter, you're 6 months into trying to penetrate through this lonely gap, through this filter, 9, 12 months, 2 years into penetrating this, into trying to penetrate it. You think you'll pass through it when your whole family's saying, bro, you suck, and the results show that you suck. When all your friends are saying you suck, and the results show that you suck, because you've made no discernible and provable progress, right? You've made progress in your channel, you've made progress in your business, you now know what liquidity sweeps are, you now know how like crypto trend lines work, you now know whatever random shit, right? But where's the progress? You've been going to the gym, where's the progress in the physique? Where's the progress in this? There is progress hidden behind the scenes, but they won't see it, and they're going to try and pull you right back out of that great filter, right back out of that great filter. But imagine if you genuinely had people who, instead of trying to pull you right back from passing through the great filter, they were an army, a force of people trying to push you through and penetrate you through the great filter, where everyone is an absolute machine, a killer. That is the Blackthorn mindset, and that is the family we have at Blackthorn. Not a single person will try and pull you back. We have absolutely everything. We are a headquarters, a family of brothers who will push you to the top and give you your absolute potential. Remember that analogy we gave about the couch potatoes who could reach those genetic limits of sebum and absolutely break through them? What we do for those couch potatoes is we force them. They have absolutely no other choice. And if they fail, they are shamed. They are shamed by our family members. And that's why I've created this thing, man. It really is the best thing I've ever made. No longer do you have to worry about not passing through this great filter. The amount of force you have pushing behind you. You're trying to run, and instead of the wind pushing behind you, the wind is pushing with you. You have machines at your side, and you have me at your side. Join Blackthorn today, brother. Wish not for a lighter load, but for a stronger back.